I mean, certainly not the nicest place, but a place. Is that a good spot? Do I have a better spot? I mean, this would be nice, but then I need to stay here and squat. Yeah, how about that? I'll get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me, makes it hard to breathe. What's come over me? It feels like I'm somebody else. I get overwhelmed in my mind, 'cause it's all too much. I should be fine, but I'm not. Welcome to LVlog number 28, August 2024. It changed again. I'm in a very different mindset, emotional space than I've been a month ago or 2 months ago, and I want to talk about it because I ain't got nothing better to do while I wait for my train. Backstory: I've just been at the Black Forest Fusion dance event. A week of dancing. It was amazing and also a bit exhausting, and the past 4 nights I haven't even slept 6 hours each night. I never slept more than 6 hours. Including tonight, even though I stayed in a hotel, but that hotel was so warm that I couldn't properly sleep. I was lying there naked and I started to sweat. And I'm not usually a person who starts sweating easily. I sweat a bit now because I was carrying all that stuff around in the heat of the city. But I know from like dancing, I can usually last one shirt all night, even though I dance and other people need to change all the time because they're full of sweat. So anyway, point is, hotel room was hot, I didn't sleep enough. And why I didn't sleep at the dance festival, I mean, you might already guess, because I stayed up until late. And that might also have been a reason why I couldn't sleep then yesterday, but whatever. Point is, I didn't sleep enough. And being so sleep deprived actually has me feel my emotions stronger. That's something I realized. Both the positive and the negative. Like 2 days ago, I was really excited about the party and I was in this super excitement kind of feeling because I was so sleep deprived. Kind of the being drunk feeling, although I don't drink, so I don't know. And that was nice. But then also, especially yesterday, I noticed that all the other emotions also come much easier. And I have this hypothesis that if you're tired, then your brain goes to survival mode and shuts off all the, areas of the brain that are there for, the thinking, the cortex, the big brain. But the amygdala, the small one, the animal brain, that is still active in survival mode, because that will always be, that will be the last thing that shuts off. So yeah, if I'm in survival mode, I feel my emotions stronger, which was really nice yesterday because it was easy to feel my sadness and just cry there, because the saying goodbye to a certain person was difficult or kind of, nice in a way. But all of that is a story from the event, and I'll make a separate video about the event, about Black Forest Fusion, because it was a nice event. Anyway, yesterday in the hotel I especially felt my disappointment and just annoyance of things not going my way, and yeah, I just tried to practice being with that, and it was difficult because I just made bad decisions in the past. I thought, oh, it's a good idea to stay another day in Stuttgart so I can explore the city and film a video, but then really I would have just wanted to go home sooner because it's just so hot in the city. I'm tired from the event, I just want to go home. But I made that decision. It's not the best decision for right now, and that's okay. I will get over it. Therefore I'll go first class because I found a cheap ticket for a late train where I can go first class. But I would have actually preferred a second class ticket where I can go earlier. But that's all just tiny things that I keep thinking about. There's a bigger thing I want to talk about that I felt much more strongly yesterday. I had kind of an anxiety kind of a thing. Although I don't think it's actually anxiety, it was just fear coming through. There was a bunch of fear that really had me almost panic and be really, I need to do something about that. In general, yesterday, I was pretty overwhelmed with all of the things coming my way because for the past week I basically ignored all of my responsibilities. I didn't work anything, I didn't check my emails, I didn't do nothing. And then yesterday I went through my emails and messages and everything, and there were just so many things that came up where I got so overwhelmed that I just was like, fuck, how do I even manage to live my life? Because it's so ridiculous. Even if I do not work, if I don't do any work, I still feel like I don't have enough time in the days to do all the things that I need to be doing, even without working. And then I should also be working to, you know, earn the money to do the things that I want to be doing. That was really stressing me out yesterday. There were things coming my way, like I need to pay some bills. Okay, that's fine, I can do that, right? And then one of the bills was a dance festival end of August. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, the Zouk thing, I gotta pay for that. When is that again? Oh, I didn't put that in my calendar. And my calendar already has other events for that week. Shit. So there's another fusion thing in Salzburg that I wanted to go to with Robin and Lucy that I can't go to now. Then I basically already said I will fly to Berlin that week to support them at the build station and get paid for that, so do some work there. And then there's my best friend's birthday party also that week. And I said, yes, I have time, I can come, and I want to come. But also, that entire week is booked for being in Croatia at a Zouk festival. And I really want to be at that Zouk festival. It sounds great, and I already paid for it, at least for the festival. I didn't pay for the hotel yet. That I still need to do. That's what I got the invoice for. And now I'm like, shit, what do I do? Do I do that? Do I do that? Do I just take the loss and not go to the Zouk festival? But I kind of want to. So it looks like I will go to the Zouk festival and just disappoint my clients in Berlin, Super Team, my best friend, and the Salzburg Fusion community. There will be other events. There will also be other Zouk events, but like, I can't be everywhere, right? And that's what's stressing me out. And also just, I mean, I want to get back to Vienna to do some work, make some videos, earn some money. But now I'm here in Stuttgart and I'll only arrive late at night. And then I have one day tomorrow where I have other stuff planned. We'll get there. And then on Wednesday, I gotta go to Kapfenberg to celebrate my mom's birthday, because that I already said, oh, I can't come on Sunday. Her actual birthday was yesterday on Sunday, but I can do later that week. And so I already said that I'll come there. So we celebrate first in Kapfenberg with my granddad and then in Carinthia with the other side of the family. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, and then probably also Friday gone. And then I gotta travel back to Vienna, so Saturday probably also gone. And then there's just another week until the Zouk festival. When am I supposed to get any work done? Tomorrow? No, because tomorrow I gotta go to the Tropen Institute because I was so freaking stressed. In a month, I'll fly to Singapore and I fly back from Bangkok. I already booked those flights. And my plan is to go Singapore, then Koh Samui, and then Bangkok, because there's a Solana stuff, something happening there. Also just checking out Thailand while I'm in that area. Might also jump to Bali for a short trip. I don't know. Haven't planned that yet. Should probably do. But yeah, I was like, okay, that month I just take off and travel around a bit, or at least that half month I take off and travel. Looks like I will not take it off, but you know, make videos there as well for another part of Solana Foundation, for the communications department, who want me to, you know, just make videos, like authentic content about Breakpoint. So I will also work a bunch there, and then I will moderate a stage and stuff. So it's a work, it is definitely a business trip. But anyway, yeah, for that I gotta get vaccinated, or I want to get vaccinated because it's safer. And I'm stressing the fuck out for getting that done, because one of the vaccines that I want to get is for Tollwut. I don't know what that is in English. Rabies. Because I read up what that actually is and how freaking dangerous, and that basically if you don't get help within 24 hours you're fucked and you're gonna die a horrible death. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to get vaccinated, because that's something I can do and it seems somewhat safe, like risky reward. I don't know how high the probability of actually getting bitten by a wild animal is, but I kind of want to get that done. Plus some others where I still need to inform myself, like what other things I should get vaccinated for. So anyway, I gotta do that. But those things, they take 3 vaccines and there's waiting time between them, and it should be like 28 days, and that's like, that's now. I only have 32 more days before I fly. So I really want to go to that institute tomorrow for tropical disease stuff and get consultation and get the vaccine ideally directly. And then I'm gonna be probably dead the next 2 days, because whenever I get a vaccine I'm usually out for at least 2 days, and that's unfortunate, but I gotta do that. Like, it's just, when else would I do that? I already postponed it until after this dance weekend because I wanted to be fit for the dance weekend. And I feel like now, being so sleep deprived and not having eaten properly in 2 days, because yesterday I basically just had leftover breakfast, which was bread and cheese, and then an apple and a banana. That was all I ate yesterday. And then today I just had breakfast, which was bread and cheese and some cereal in my hotel. Then I'm gonna head to the train and I'll also not eat properly. So not eating properly, not sleeping enough, my immune system is gonna be fucked already. So probably also not the best time to get the vaccine, but I got it. At some point I got it. Otherwise I should just not fly or just stay in Singapore. Singapore seems somewhat safe. I don't know. Anyway, so those are things that are on my mind and that stuff keeps stressing me. But that was not the panic that I had yesterday. The panic came from something else. Because I was also backing up files from my phone and my camera, and somehow the thought popped into my head, hey, is your data safe? You have so much data from the past 20 years of your life, digital data, you know, digital stuff that is for some reason very important to me. I would feel very bad if I lose all of that data. I don't know why exactly, that is something that I still haven't figured out. But I know that it would hurt me. Which is interesting because that's a very different mindset to what I was talking about 2 months ago when I made the I'm a nihilist person video. Because as a nihilist, I would be like, it doesn't matter, nothing matters. But it turns out this really does matter to me. At least in my lifetime, I want to have access to that data. And ideally I would want to pass it on to people who are interested in it afterwards. And I'm always thinking, oh, it's digital, so it can be easily replicated and it can be easily stored. But is that true? How do I store it? On hard drives. Hard drives are not particularly long time storage friendly, because they have, you know, mechanical parts and they are magnetic storage and they will break eventually. And so yesterday I suddenly had this panic of, fuck, I need to do another set of backup, ideally on a different storage device for long-term storage, or upload it somewhere. And I was, you know, checking prices for Saya, which is an online storage tool, a decentralized one. And if I would upload all my data to there, it would cost me about $120 per month to store it there, which is a lot. I don't really want to pay that. That seems expensive. Also, it's not made for those amounts of data. I have like 40 terabytes of data. It's more for data that should be accessible all the time. I don't need it to be accessible all the time. I just want it to be stored. Maybe there's a different solution for that kind of storage. The retrieval times, I don't care about retrieval times as long as it's, say, within a week, but it is being stored. So I can make trade-offs. I have other needs. I need more data. But yeah, anyway, so maybe there are other solutions for that. There is another solution that is connected with Solana Shadow Drive, where you pay once, which sounds great, but I still don't trust them, because if I pay once, eventually they will run out of incentive for hosting my data and they will just drop it. So I don't see how that business model should ever work. So I'm hesitant to upload it there in the first place. I mean, as an additional backup, it would probably be good, but yeah, still, I don't trust it, and I don't trust the guy who developed that, and all sounds like a scam to me, so I'm hesitant. I do want to find a better solution for that. And I don't know why that is so important to me. It feels similar to the I want to have children. I don't know why, but I know that I want to. It's the same with that data. I don't know why it's so important for me to keep it, but I know that I want to. Yeah, it's weird, but it is. It is like that, yeah. There I had a short panic yesterday, where I was really like tense. Oh shit, like I need to prioritize that. When am I gonna do that? Oh, I don't have the time to do it because I'm there, then I'm at this festival, then I'm in Asia. And when would I find the time to do all of that and make more backups? Never, I know. And then at some point something is gonna go wrong and one of my hard drives is gonna crash, and I will lose all of the data and I will feel super shit about it. I already see it coming, and so I wanna protect myself from that feeling by already finding fixes up front. And also, I mean, that's kind of how I was raised, right? Avoid the bad feelings. I could go the other strategy and be like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. And then I just deal with the feelings, because I need to learn how to, you know, just be with unpleasant feelings, which is also a strategy. But to my rational mind, it seems stupid to let things go bad just so I can deal with the feelings. That's just, I mean, why would I not upfront try to fix the thing that will cause the bad feelings? It's like, oh, I know that this guy is gonna hit me in the face. Maybe I should step out of this situation before he does, instead of preparing myself to feel the pain of the hit in the face and then living with the pain of the hit in the face. That's, I mean, kind of seems stupid. And maybe that analogy is not the best, but that's what it sounds like to me in a way. Yeah. So that was something that was really on my mind yesterday, and we could analyze where that comes from. Like, why is that data so important to me? What do I get from it? What do I want to do with it? My answer is usually nothing. I just want to have it and be able to look back to it if I ever get there. I will probably never in my life, like my granddad with his stamp collection, he will never sort it. He will never do anything with it. Even though he spent quite some money on collecting those things, he will just pass it on to us and we will be like, what do I do with that? Trash it. I don't know. No, I'll keep it and then not do anything with it. So what's the point? Yeah, so my granddad will never sort his stamp collection. He doesn't really have anything from that, I guess. Neither do I with my data. Maybe at some point AI is gonna be good enough that it can analyze all of my videos and stuff and voice recordings, that it can, you know, derive some information from that. That's kind of what I hope, and that's also one reason why I want to keep it. Because if there was good AI search, I could, or just good search in general, I could be like, hey, find me the video from that one event that I went to in Germany where I met that person that later became my wife. And then if it was indexed correctly and the AI would, you know, go through all of that and find me that video, then I would be like, nice, cool. And then I can look back later when and be like, hey children, this is how I met your mother, kind of, right? That would be fun. Would I be able to live my life without having that? Absolutely. Would I be able to live my life with having lost all of my data? Yes. Yes, I would. Because it's what I learned along the way, not having the proof that I've been there and learned that. But I kind of like having that proof because that's something persistent, and I've learned about myself that I have a thing with the whole persistence thing. And everything dying and everything being lost stresses me out. There we are at that topic again, yes. But yeah, so I really want to keep my data, but it would be fine without it. I would feel really, really bad for a while, but then I would get over it. Like now, I feel a bit bad and sad about not seeing the person that I met this week that I connected with really well. And if I never see her again, I will be fine. It is a bit sad that that is over and I don't have that anymore. And it's okay. And I assume it would be the same with the data. Eventually I will forget about it. And I will be fine. And as I said, it's about the things that I learned on the way. And those I still kind of have inside of me. Like all my radical honesty training really helps me interact with people. All my dance skills, even if there were no videos of me dancing, my dance skills, I still have them. And I can still dance and potentially make new videos. Yeah, and all those, like all the emotional work that I did, all of that has been part of my journey. It is in me now, in a way. However, it is super fun to look back to a time of my life where it wasn't in me, where I was not aware of all of those things, where I was pretty in my head and very just rational thinking oriented, and also I think I was smarter back then. Like I really think that back then I could solve mathematical quizzes and logic puzzles better than I can now, because that's primarily what I focused on back then in that time. However, right now I'm also capable of other things like emotional puzzles. How do other people feel? I was completely unaware of that back then. I can still do logic puzzles. I just choose to give up on them sooner because at some point I'm like, it's not important to get the correct solution of this puzzle because it doesn't matter, it's an emotional decision anyway. Different mindset. So yeah, that's kind of fun. And yeah, it's all part of me. It's like I changed a lot and it's fun to see that development. There is a part of my life where I do not have any data. That's from when my mom stopped recording videos. Like when we were children, she was filming and we digitalized the videos. So I have them as well. Back then it was VHS tapes. So she filmed a bunch until we were like, I don't know, I think I was maybe 8 to 10 or something like that. Then she stopped, we got a digital recorder, and from the point where we had the digital recorder, she didn't film anything anymore. I was in that state where I didn't want to be filmed really. I was just hitting puberty and I was retracting from my family and sharing stuff with them. And at that point, like, that was really interesting. I didn't want pictures of me taken, which is very different to right now where I love pictures of me being taken. I still want the, oh, if you take pictures of me, please share them with me because I want to have them too, because then I can be responsible for keeping them safe and duplicating them and, you know, backing them up such that they persist. But yeah, I like videos and pictures being taken of me. And yeah, there was a phase where that wasn't the case. High school, pretty much all through high school, I don't have any pictures or videos of me. Very few webcam recordings, I think I could find somewhere. But there's no pictures of me of that time. And I remember I had a lot of spots and everything, and I wasn't feeling particularly safe at that time. I didn't really super enjoy my life, I think. I had a crush on a girl where it was like completely pointless, but I was so crushing on her and I never managed to give that up. I was emotionally completely incapable of dealing with my own feelings. And yeah, there's no real data of me from that time. There are a few chat logs that I copied, and if I read through those chat logs, I'm like, who is that guy? That doesn't sound like me. That is like, that was me. And it's so funny because, and not just in the last years, like even if I looked at it like 5 years ago or so, where I haven't been emotionally that far like I am now, I already thought, wow, back when I was 14, I was completely crazy. And now I'm thinking back with 25, well, I was just not aware of so many things. And now I'm like, I'm getting more and more aware, and I still assume that I have a lot of blind spots. And with 40, I will look back at this time and be like, oh, there are so many things that I didn't understand back then. Even though I think right now I understand quite a lot already. But yeah, by far not everything. For instance, why I want to have those recordings. I don't understand that. I don't. There is another layer where I can't look at it from a meta perspective. I don't see why I have this strong craving for preserving that data that I created. I don't get it. Maybe I will. Maybe I never will. Maybe that's one of those just hallucinations that I make important because it makes me feel safe in some kind of way. It's probably something like that. I don't know where that safety comes from exactly, but yeah, ultimately I want to just feel safe. And having that data makes me feel safe, probably because I'm creating something. There is something that I'm doing with my life that has meaning or persistence or something. I think it's that. It could be that. That's my best theory for it, or hypothesis. Yeah, and I'll be okay, whether or not I back up my data for a 4th time. But yeah, it stresses me. I stress myself with that. That's one of the topics where that's the one thing. I don't have a child that I need to take care of, so it's my data that I take care of or try to take care of. And I feel like I'm a really bad parent for my data right now. Anyway, I need to get up. My knees hurt. Thanks for watching. Make your backup. I should listen to myself. Make your backup, Andy. Don't lose your data because it feels bad. That used to be my catchphrase for years. 10 years I had that as my catchphrase. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why that was my catchphrase, because that was so important to me and still is so important to me. So we conclude that I'm back in that state that I've been in before, where the data is so important, where I do care. At the moment I don't at all have the feeling of, oh, it's bad because the world is gonna end at some point, humanity is gonna die. Those thoughts kind of disappeared from my head. But now the other ones came back with the, I don't want to lose my data. And I want to find a person for family and stuff, but that's always the same. Oh man, I need to get up. Ow. Things I do for videos. Fuck. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I kneel here? That doesn't seem healthy. The things I do for a good shot. Am I stupid or something? No. I just have strategies that make me feel safe. And creating video content with a nice background is one of those strategies. It's like the guy who punched me in the face because I didn't walk out of the way. Oh, there's many things that I still have to learn. When I'm 40, I'm gonna look back to this and be like, I wouldn't do this anymore. Back then I was really unaware of certain things. Not stupid. We want to learn to also be self-compassionate and not call ourselves stupid for the things that we do. It seemed like a good idea in the beginning. Right now I'm like, I might have chosen another spot that is equally good where I wouldn't have to do that. Anyway, freedom and health. I hope you enjoyed the background. Wow, that really hurts. I sat on my knees for too long. I will now recover from that pain like I would recover from the pain of losing all of my data. See you in the next video. It's good that I upload that to YouTube because that's another redundancy for backing up my videos. At least I have that if I lose everything else.